high five? Yeah.
Hello, my fuzzy little peaches. Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Mulu Snuge. So I know that the last few episodes have been pretty much all pasta. In fact, they've all been pasta except for the first episode, which was the lobster mushroom roll. We didn't get a chance to check it out. Go backlog that. Check it out. It's pretty good. Anyway, so I thought I'd give it a break from doing all the pasta. I did make gnocchi the other day. Didn't record it, but I made it to kind of test it out, and it turned out really well, so I will be showing you how to make that in the near future. But tonight, I figured we'd do some chicken. Something simple, something cheap, readily accessible. I noticed that even at the grocery stores, might be out of a bunch of all the beef and stuff like that, but chicken is still on the shelves, so go cop yourself some chicken. So tonight we're making chicken Mulu Snuge.
Oh, you okay? You alright? You want some celery? Where are you going?
Anywho, today's dinner, like I said, is going to be chicken. So I kind of took the liberty to prep some stuff out a little bit, because I think you've seen me slice and dice things enough that you don't have to see it every episode. So I prepped up some veggies. Also last night, got my chicken thighs out and poured some olive oil over them. Did some seasoning. Would have been nice if I had like some fresh rosemary and thyme and stuff like that, but I worked with what I had in the pantry. So it's a bunch of dry seasonings. I did some, if I remember correctly, it was some Italian seasoning, poultry seasoning, some fun craft seasons that I have acquired throughout the years. I believe I did a little bit of salt, some black pepper, and covered it in saran wrap and put it in the fridge overnight. Now I'm also going to be doing some beans, because I love me some beans. So, got some dried kidney beans. These things are cheap as eggs. You can get them for, I think I paid like $2 for this bag. So if you've never cooked beans from dried beans before, they take a little bit more work than the canned beans, obviously. So what I did was I poured out probably about a cup, maybe cup and a half of beans, poured them into a pot, well, rinsed them out, made sure there was no stones and stuff, because beans kind of grow in a rocky soil and stuff like that, so sometimes you'll find pebbles and things like that in your beans, so be careful, you don't want to chomp down on a pebble. So I rinsed them off, then I put them in a pot, filled it up with water, not necessarily filled it up with water, but I put probably, I think they say you want to do about double the amount of water that you have beans. So for about a cup and a half of beans, I did about 3 cups of water, covered it, put it in the fridge, and let them soak overnight. And then just recently, about half an hour ago, I pulled them out of the fridge, rinsed them off in the sink, put them in this pot over here, and I got them boiling right now. Got a soft, slow simmer. Probably going to take about an hour total. It's been going for about half an hour now, so another half an hour or so, and they should be good to go. I also got some potatoes going right now, and then we'll do some sauteed vegetables, do a little broth underneath, and that'll kind of be our dish. So with that being said, let's get started on cooking, because I think the chicken's going to take about half an hour, so we should be about golden to start going right now. You know what I'm saying? Waffles. What you think? Waffles? Waffles? Hey. He's all about it. I also want to give a shout out to my buddy. He just started a cooking show not too long ago called Cooking with Ruedog. So make sure you go check that out. I'll put the link down in the description down below, so you can go check out his show. He's doing some pretty cool stuff. Keep it up, Ruedog. Right? Alrighty then. Or as my mother likes to say, already then. Like I said, I got everything prepped up. All my veggies chopped up. This is my mirepoix right here. So I got celery, onions, carrots. It's your classic aromatic mix. So kind of my game plan here. I also got some leeks over here that I'm going to add to it because I love me some leeks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by kind of searing off or sauteing the vegetables that I have pre-cut. Then that's going to go down on the bottom of this casserole dish. I'll sear off the skin side of the chicken, get it nice and started and crispy. I might flip it. Why not? Give it a head start. So we'll kind of sear off the chicken, then I'll place that on top of my mirepoix, throw it in the oven for, I don't know, about half an hour. And by then my potatoes and my beans should be done. In fact, my potatoes I might need to slow down a little bit. They're going a little quick right now, so. I've got these Better Than Bouillon. I don't know if you've ever seen these before, but I love them. They're kind of expensive. They're like $6 a piece. And I was at the store, and this was the first thing that I pulled out of my shopping cart or basket to put onto the conveyor belt, and it hit the bottom of the conveyor belt, and I dropped it and I broke it. So I pride myself on not breaking things, especially at work, but I guess I'm a little rusty because of this whole COVID thing. Luckily they were nice enough to let me go grab a new one and didn't charge me an extra $6 because money's tight right now. So I'm gonna do a little broth with these. So I got a mushroom-based bouillon, Better Than Bouillon, and I got a chicken bouillon. So I figured I'll mix the two together. Not necessarily making a soup, but I'd like a little bit of, you know, difference in textures is always nice. So throw a little olive oil in the pan. Ooh, that's dangerous. Water and oil don't mix, so be careful with that. Maybe I should go on the other side. I'm going this side. There we go. Let's see. The steam from this was dripping into my pan. That's how you start fires. I don't like those. Alright, so I'm gonna pour all this in here like that. So you got number two. Give it a quick little toss so that oil kind of covers everything. Coats it nicely. You don't want to season right away. You want to give it some time to kind of open everything up. That way you can absorb the flavors better. I've said this before, I don't know if I've said it on this show before, but certain things that I don't really care if it's organic or not. Shame on me. But there's certain ingredients that I always buy organic. Carrots are one of them. The flavor difference is actually noticeable. So I would recommend that. Alright, so as you can see, just kind of got these kind of sweating a little bit. A little bit of char action. Nothing crazy. get this chicken going. I'm gonna do skin side down to start. I'm gonna flip it, transfer it, throw it into the oven. And these are chicken thighs. Good dark meat flavor. A little bit of that oil on top. Yeah. If you have access to duck fat, use that instead of olive oil overnight. And money. It's pure, like toilet paper. Look at that. Oh yeah. Go ahead and preheat your oven. I'm going to do about 350. Maybe 375. Cut this heat. Like I said before, we're just kind of giving the chicken a head start. Get a nice crust on the skin going. Kind of searing it to keep all the juices in so it doesn't leak all over my leeks. When you sear the meat like that hot and fast, it creates this crust that keeps all the juices inside and you don't end up dry. I think. It's getting there. I'm going to keep the heat on a little bit longer. Alright, that's probably good. Looks nice and brown. Go ahead and pop those down. See that nice color right there. Go ahead and place it in the oven for about half an hour. Check my potatoes. Yeah, those are going to be perfect by the time that's done. Check my beans. Don't smell like anything yet. Alright, so we'll let that go for about half an hour. I'm going to go watch a show or something, I guess, and meet you back here, rendezvous point here in half an hour. See you soon, Mulus. So it's been about 20 minutes. I'm going to get these beans finished off. I mean, they're already the right texture. I tasted when they're fine. So I'm going to drain them off, start building up the flavors. Throw some onions and garlic in the pot. Get that all nice and seared off. Throw the beans back in, start seasoning those. At the same time I'm doing that, I'll start building my my broth. After I finish my broth, I'll set that aside. Then I have some radicchio that I'm going to slice in half and sear really quick. Set that aside. And then by then, hopefully my chicken will be done. Do the spinach really quick and plate everything together. So let's have some fun. While you were away, I went ahead and chopped up some onions and got some garlic chopped. Unfortunately, I only had 1 clove of garlic left. I didn't think about that when I was at the store. I thought I had more, but it's fine. It'll be all right. We'll go ahead and throw these onions in here. You don't want it to be too hot. I'm just trying to sweat these out a little bit. I'm not trying to burn them. So you gotta keep it moving, you know. Beer me, Bob. Oh wait, I don't have a Bob here. I gotta go hang out with Ruedog for that. So I guess I'll just get my own beers. Cheers. And while that's going, we might as well start our broth. So I left the oil from the chicken in here because that's got a lot of good flavors in it. I don't want to waste that. So we'll just bring that back up to heat. And this has instructions on it. I think 1 teaspoon to 8 ounces of boiling water. So I'm gonna eyeball it. So this is the mushroom one. And we can always add more water or make adjustments as you go. You don't always have to overthink everything, you know? Roll with it. Something like that. Onions, which I did. Those are looking good. Turn that heat down a little bit. Add this garlic. And I love beans, but nobody ever makes beans as well as mi abuelita. So I will forever miss those beans. But luckily I saw her do it enough times that I can be proud of these. Alright. This onions and garlic is looking good. Let's go ahead and add these beans back to it. I'm going to add a little smoked paprika. In fact, I don't even need heat anymore, so I don't want to overcook these beans. A little Cajun seasoning, spice them up a little bit. And, I think I'm going to call that good. Those are pretty tasty. Maybe a little more salt. Gotta be careful when you're mixing them because you don't want them to break up too much, which I already did, I think, but whatever. Let's taste this broth. Pretty good, a little salty, so add a little water to it. Damn good. Alright, go ahead and transfer this because it's already hot enough. And let's see, we do the, what did I say? Radicchio next, right? So we'll slice it down like that. A little more olive oil. Don't want this sticking. Just straight down on it like that. Salt. Potatoes should be done too. See how our chicken's looking. Oh yeah, look at that. A little more salt, a little pepper. I'll put the oven on warm. What I'm going to do is just transfer these guys to my plate. Put my spinach in there. I don't know if you noticed, but I turned off the heat. I'm just using the residual heat from this pan to kind of wilt this spinach. All right, plating time.
side and get some of these greens here. Tops. And there you have it. Chicken on the Mulu Snuge.
I'm gonna sit down and enjoy this, and hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you decide to make it yourself, and I'd love to see pictures and whatnot and what you think about it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, comment, like, and I'll see you next time I cook. See you later, Mulus. I forgot the potatoes. There we go. How's that look? Yeah. I'll put the link down in the comments, or sorry,